Hey, I'm Brittany.
I'm Nicole.
And we're those girls. Welcome to our show. Today we're still getting used to like saying it.
It's like
studio.
it's a little bit of a different setting for us.
Right.
It's a lot more to do than Al's closet.
Right.
Which we truly appreciated our time there. I was actually much more comfortable in there.
I'm comfortable here. I like
good,
it here.
it's good.
It's just getting used to changing it up. We used to talk about what we're gonna do on the podcast episode, but like, are we calling this a TV show now? Are we still calling it the podcast?
It's the podcast.
Still the podcast, yeah. So today we are going to talk about coffee flavors and people that order. I know, like, I have a really specific coffee order that I like, and the guy in front of me today at Mary Lou's, when I was getting your and Al's stuff, ordered like a 30-minute coffee. And so I just don't understand.
I feel like a lot of the times those people are Starbucks people. Not to insult any of the Starbucks people who have the long orders, but do you ever notice that at Starbucks?
Yes.
They're like super complicated. They're off menu. They're not just like, hey, I want this flavor with this creamer.
Right, and I feel like I'm a very, very particular.
Yours is pretty specific, but it's not outrageous.
Not outrageous, no. So I don't even know what I get. No, a cold brew, sweet cold foam, 2 pumps of French vanilla swirl, black. Like nothing super crazy. But the guy in front of me ordered like a strawberry cheesecake.
From Dunkin'?
No, from Mary Lou. It was like a Mary Lou's
yeah, they have a lot of crazy
thing,
flavors.
But like, it went on and on and on and on and on and on. So I just don't. We have the people that drink coffee and the people that don't drink coffee.
Okay. The people that don't drink coffee, though, is a whole different topic than the people that drink wild coffees. Because, like, I've been thinking about this a lot lately. They say, like, that coffee and caffeine, like, can, skyrocket your anxiety and all these, like, things. But, like, I can't imagine. It's probably just a habit at this point that, like, I feel like I need it. But, like, can you imagine, like, not operating with any caffeine whatsoever? Have you ever quit caffeine?
No, that's not even a question.
I don't know if I ever have in, like, my adult life.
No. I mean, my kid is now making me coffee because if I get 10 minutes into the morning without coffee, no, I mean, there's never not coffee in my
And, like,
house.
I think, like, I would question, like, if I was dating someone that just didn't drink caffeine ever. How do you raw dog life like that? Like, how do you, like, do all the things with no, like, external boost? I don't understand.
So, now that you say that, I live with someone who doesn't drink caffeine.
Yeah, you're right. Mark's more normal than us, though, in different ways.
For what normal is. But, like, he doesn't drink caffeine. But he doesn't drink caffeine for other reasons, which is fine. And then he will occasionally decide to drink caffeine. And I'm like, are you feeling okay?
How does it affect him?
I don't even know. Like, maybe he has more anxiety, but, like, I don't know, because I'm just like, oh, today you're doing caffeine. Great. I feel like he goes through spurts of it.
Okay.
But I don't understand it.
No, it's weird.
So, like, my morning routine is I either get up and have a cup of coffee first or I have a Celsius first and then automatically go into the other.
In the afternoon?
No. Like...
Oh, in the morning?
So, like...
I do, like, one in the morning, one at, like, 2.
No, so I'll do, like, 6:30 a.m., cup of coffee, 7:05, open a Celsius and take a shower. Or I will do 6:30, have a Celsius, 7:15, make a cup of coffee.
I thought I was bad.
No, like, all I've had all day. So I started with the Celsius
And
this
I'll
morning.
do, like, 2 Celsius in a day if I bartend late.
Oh, no.
I'll have one at, like, 9. And it'll get me through till the 1:30.
So I will do, if we're doing an event, if we're doing something crazy, or like when I did the 18-hour day the other day on the coding, I was like, okay, I'm going to make it through.
I'm sorry.
What are you doing?
Sorry. All right, I'll tell everybody what's happening.
You need to. I mean,
I bartended last night. I got home at 2 in the morning, but I couldn't get myself to wash my hair before that during the day, so I washed my hair at 2 in the morning. So then I had to dry it this morning, and now it's crazy and it's humid out. And if you're a girl, you know that, like, the weather's got to be perfect for your hair. So I have like hair stuck in my like eyebrow. Anyway, I got it. Keep going. Sorry.
Are you good?
I'm good.
Okay. I just threw mine in a ponytail. I can't do humidity.
Well, mine was like half wet. I slept on it.
It would still be in, like, my hair poofs. It's like I stuck my finger in a light socket when it's humid out. Yeah. So it just has to go into a ponytail. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. So we're talking about coffee.
This is the result maybe of it.
Yes.
The ADD that coffee causes.
Right. So I had to go to 2 different coffee places this morning.
You did. God bless you.
Yes. Well, they're right across the street from each other, which is fantastic.
That's true.
So that makes it easier. But coffee for me, well, let's talk about it. You do different flavors of coffee.
Yeah. I have like 3 flavors, but depending on the place. Like Almond Joy is always my go-to at Mary Lou's. I have tried all different ones. I don't like any of them. So I always go back to that.
I'm not a fan of all of the crazy flavorings anywhere.
I think like the crazy, like when they get too sweet, I don't like them. Dunkin' Donuts, mine's blueberry or coconut.
I'm not a coconut fan.
So I feel like you're a coconut pineapple person or you're not.
Oh no, so I don't like either of them.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah.
I feel like it's like a combo deal a lot of the time. And like, so my ex-husband at one point during our marriage, like I love coconut. Oh. And he was like, I think that my life has smelled like coconut since the second you came into it. He's like, it's just everywhere. Like, that's how much I like it. It's my body sense. It's my house sense. Like,
no,
if I can get my hands on it.
No, like
I love to eat it. I love to drink it.
I might eat coconut popcorn shrimp. Might.
Oh, I love that.
Might.
And my favorite tequila is Coconut 1800. And I tell people, if you don't like, I describe it as if you'd love to drink sunscreen, drink it.
What is wrong with you?
You know, like the way banana boat smells?
Yes.
That's what it tastes like. And I love that. Like, I love coconut. That's how I describe it when people ask me.
So is there a coconut coffee?
Yeah, there's coconut flavor at Dunkin'.
Okay.
I throw that in once in a while.
You've never ordered that with
I usually get blueberries like my go-to, and then I throw coconut in once in a while. So anyone out there who would love to buy us a coffee, now you know the order.
Okay, wow.
Yeah.
I learned something new about you.
Right.
Being best friends, and I learned something new.
I mean, we've certainly drank a lot of coffee together, I'm sure.
And you've never ordered coconut.
It's also usually a summer thing, so we're just coming into that.
We're coming into summer.
Because I like to drink sunscreen flavored things.
Yeah. So I'm just going to get you coconut sunscreen and leave it on the back deck.
You know what I'm talking about? The banana, like the
yes.
The
although I
coconutty,
don't think
summery.
I don't think I've purchased banana boat sunscreen in like 20 years.
I don't even know if it smells like coconuts, to be honest, now that I'm thinking about it. Does it smell like bananas?
I don't know. I feel like we
I'll
now
have to look it up. Well, after the break, we'll figure this out.
We now need to do like a test of like what things
I'll find
smell like.
the thing that I think it smells like that it tastes like. Does that make sense?
Yeah, and then we're going to taste test it in here, or?
Yeah, I'll bring coconut tequila if you want.
No.
You said you hate coconut.
I'm
not going to like it.
No.
You are not going to like it.
No.
And I drink it with pineapple juice, so. Yeah. That's
Can't be friends anymore.
I mean, we don't have to like the same things.
But like coconut and pineapple?
Like we don't like the same flavor Celsius at all. I think you like mine, the ones that I have, but I don't like the ones that you like.
Well, let's be honest. I'm cheap and I can get the flavor of kiwi guava on Amazon.
I hate that one.
For like $11 a case.
Do you want me to tell you what I think it smells like and tastes like, or it'll probably ruin it?
So you can go ahead.
Cat pee. The guava part.
Okay.
That's a guava thing for me. I don't know why.
So for me, I can't drink Celsius, any of them, out of a clear cup.
Interesting.
It has to be out of the can because I don't like the colors. The colors of Celsius gross me out.
All right. Well, on that note, now that we've schooled everyone on our caffeine issues, we're going to go to a commercial. We're going to come back and actually talk about real estate.
Perfect.
All right, and we're back. Brittany's going to bring us into a little real estate topic. She's prepared.
So, I was working yesterday on a few things for the app, and so in that process, I was trying to figure out where we stand on the market. And so one of the interesting things that I came up with is that we're in a weird cycle, quote unquote, life cycle of our clients, right? So I wanted to hear from your perspective how long you're working with a buyer from start to actually like them getting under contract and closing, because we know that from contract to closings like 6 to 8 weeks overall.
Yeah, depending on the deal, which is weird. This year, oddly enough, I've gotten 3 deals that are 60 to 90 day closes, which is just completely random. That's not the norm.
Right, it's not the norm.
Typically, it's how short can we make the closing time? And I always say 3 to 4 weeks, and that's pretty short, but we get it done. So to have these like 3 deals that are like, one's new construction, they're all different situations, but it's really weird. So it just feels weird.
How long?
Usually I'm rushing.
We're always going to be rushing. It doesn't matter if there's 60 or 90 or 2 weeks. I feel like we're always rushing at some point. But how long are you seeing from them actually calling you and saying, hey, I want to buy a house, to then getting under contract?
Well, there's, and I don't know if this is normal, because even though I'm in my 4th year of real estate, we have not had a normal market 1 second of any time that I've done this so far.
Welcome to the normal real estate
So there's
market.
no normal market, but like we've had an odd, weird market. So anyway, so I will say there's no time frame. I have 2 clients who I pre-approved in 2021.
Wow.
That one of them just closed and one of them just got under agreement. And they've been actively looking this entire time. Now they had different situations. One of them had like a really low approval amount, so she was looking for like a really specific small condo. And the other one didn't have to move, and she was very picky, and she was not willing to like give up her non-negotiables. She was looking for the perfect dream house. So
good for her.
Yeah, no, and she had the money, she had sold a house, but what really motivated her, she moved into an apartment finally after selling her home, and she was only in the apartment with her boyfriend for 3 months, and she was like, screw this, get serious. And she just started firing in offers because she was having a hard time transitioning from a house for so long to a tiny apartment. So that really motivated her to give up some of the crazy non-negotiables.
We did that. So we sold our house a week before the state shut down. We had an accepted offer back in 2020, and we were going to buy another house. And being in real estate, I got in 2008, 2009, which was a great time to get into the business. And so I was like, I don't know. We were building out the office at the time. I was like, we might be living in the office. We don't know what's going to happen. And the house that we liked it was like an A-frame, and Mark's really tall. And
I love those too.
Barely,
They're so cool.
He could barely stand up. I mean, he can barely stand up in our house
in the top
now.
floor?
Yeah. But like he couldn't. And I was like, we might be stuck with this house. So we ended up renting, met one of our great friends out of that process. But like the walls were closing in on us. Like,
I think that's what she got to.
Yeah.
She was like, I just can't transition back to this tiny space. And then, so back to your question, I've also had one of our great agents and friends, Jessie. She has taken a client that I had pre-approved for maybe 2 months, and we are closing next week. So like, it depends how motivated the buyer is. It depends that they find the right situation. It depends how good the agent is. It depends on the offer. Like, I feel like there's no time frame. It could be anything, honestly.
So,
which is not helpful.
No, I mean,
but everybody's like all over the place, you know?
I talk to a lot of people because there's just a lot going on and a lot of moving parts throughout. And so I'm seeing that same answer that you just gave, but I'm also seeing anywhere from 12 to 36 months right now. Like you had one client that's been looking since 2021. We're in 2024. But the average right now is sitting at about 12 months.
Okay.
And so that's super, like, from a buyer's agent perspective, that's a long time.
It is.
Like, I can't imagine.
No, it's hard to keep them in it.
So when we're sitting at, like, let's say average 12 months for a buyer, that is also including, like, people researching ahead of time. So I think that people are more knowledgeable now from the buyer perspective, at least the seller perspective too a little bit, but from the buyer perspective, I think that buyers are researching so much, at least from my end of things. By the time they get to me...
Well, yeah, think about like the access we have to information now. Like people probably buy their home based on TikTok.
Oh God, I hope
You know
not.
what I'm saying? But like
I hope
there's
not.
so much like random information out there and people take it all as real. I mean,
Right.
that's why we do social media.
Oh, social media.
But
Social media.
yeah.
It's
So I don't know, is it normal? So you've been in this a lot longer. Is it normal to have like a standard time frame in different years, like before 2021 basically, right?
Yeah, so I always say now that we are post-COVID market and pre-COVID market. You know, now we can probably say that there's a pre-recession market, a post-recession market if we go back to 2008, 2009. But I think the COVID market has just changed it so completely that there is no standard, there is no this is what happens. Yeah. I think that pre-COVID, I was very, I thought I was very knowledgeable on where the market was going, what the market was doing, and I could really advise clients pretty consistently of what was going to happen. If you want to sell your house, this is where I think the projections are going to be for the next 6 months. Now I tell everyone the exact same thing. I don't know. I don't know what the value of your house is going to be. I don't know if you're going to find a house. I don't know. And it's not because I don't know inherently. It's just, I mean, we've been talking about a bubble in the market since 2018. I mean, I thought 2018 we were going to have a bubble, prices were going to come down, interest rates were going to, you know, and in turn, prices went really high, interest rates went really low. Then COVID happened. I thought, okay, that the world's going to shut down, people are going to recluse, right. That's going to put a bubble in the market. It didn't. We're sitting now the highest prices I think ever. I think the average home price in the state is over $850,000.
Yeah.
And
I've seen my purchase prices increase that I'm seeing come in from like, well, actually, I have a couple of small ones, but like in general, you're not seeing much under 400 or 350, but that's even like rare unless you're doing like a condo. Those are different, but even then, some of the condos are crazy.
I have a condo coming on the market here in Bridgewater, actually, and the price per square foot is insane. Like I would never, for me, that's not, you know, but people want to buy. They want to, you know, we're not seeing as many sellers, so that makes it really hard. But I think that I think the timeline of how long it's going to take people to buy houses is going to continue to grow because we're not seeing the influx of inventory that we've seen over the years to kind of compensate. So in my research yesterday, the other thing I thought that was really interesting is that for every house in the state of Massachusetts right now, if it's priced correctly, because that's a big thing too, is pricing.
That's a whole.
Yeah. We could do 17 episodes.
I have seen the most insane purchase prices come in that I'm like, I can't even believe.
Can't even believe it. If it's priced correctly, on average, we're seeing 20 buyers for every house.
What do you mean?
So like, I'm going to put your house on the market today. There's a minimum of 20 buyers that want your house.
Oh, okay. Or more.
Or more, like minimum of 20. So, I mean, if you have 20 people at a minimum looking for a house, for one particular house, and only one can buy it, you know, it's just so long, so drawn out. So I know I'm really tired.
Oh, yeah. It's exhausting. And it's hard to, I'm sure, I mean, I feel like you do this more. But even in the past like year, like I tag in on those conversations that are like, hey, don't get discouraged. Hey, because I'll tell them like stories about my buyer from 21.
Yeah.
Like I try, you know, when the real estate agent will be like, they're getting discouraged, they're not looking. I try to like tag in and be like, hey, listen, like I tell people in the beginning too, and I know you guys do, but like I've started to have that conversation a little bit to prep them. Like it might be a long process. Don't get discouraged. You'll find your home. Like it can happen.
Right.
Yeah.
It's
So, yeah.
never, ever, ever dull when it comes to that. So,
on that note, we'll transition into our next fun topic because, everyone loves to hear us talk about real estate, but they like the other stuff too. So, we'll be back after commercial. All right, guys, we are back, and Brittany's going to give us an update on the lemonade stand.
oh, goodness.
So, I'll preface this with, what was it, last Sunday?
It's been a week.
It's been a week. I helped Brittany do like the tiller, and we put all the veggies in
the garden,
and we did all the things, and we turned the soil, and we planted the plants, and it was sweltering hot out, and we made it happen. So anyway, so what's going on with the
Which we probably
plants?
should have waited one more day because the next day was cloudy and rainy, and
That's okay.
it, so we took the sunshine while
That's
we had
how
it
it
the day
goes.
before. But as everyone's aware, the house has been a work in progress, and for some reason, a couple things. You're gonna love this. Couple things are that we seem to have every animal under the sun that comes to our house at some time.
It's like in Snow White,
Yes.
and like the birds and all the bunnies and everything follow her,
Yeah,
except
but,
she likes it.
If they could come in and help with some of the housework, I'd
Right.
really appreciate it. So, the garden, we put the garden in, everything's great. I go to water it, and we have no green beans. I literally watched.
Weren't those seeds or were they plants?
They were seeds, but we have none left because I watched from my car when I pulled in the other day a crow come and eat them all out of the garden. I watched
crow?
a crow.
I don't know, man.
And I'm not chasing a crow.
Crows are like,
I'm not chasing a crow.
I don't know. I always crows are like something I would stay away from.
Yeah, no, I'm not chasing it through my yard. There's a lot.
There's a lot of
Listen.
symbolism behind crows.
Yeah,
There's a lot.
no.
They're like big, huge black birds.
Yes.
Like, they're not.
And
not
I watched
scary.
it pick every.
You're like,
seed, and I was
enjoy your snack.
I was like, well, we're gonna have to fix that. And
Yeah,
I'm
but
not,
you're not fighting the crow to keep the seeds.
Nope, not.
I don't know if I've ever had that happen.
Oh, I watched it.
I was thinking it was like a bunny or something.
No, I was on the phone trying to help a real
Maybe we didn't put them deep enough.
estate agent through a transaction, and I literally was like, "That's happening right now." Oh yes, nope, okay, continue the call.
Enjoy.
Watch this crow.
You want some salt? Do you want ketchup?
I don't understand. So that
Dipping
happened.
sauces.
So then I went out the other day yesterday, I went out to weed the garden because for some reason that is super therapeutic to me.
Okay.
I don't know why I like to be in the garden. I like to pull weeds.
Yeah.
It's just my thing.
It's like a brain shut off thing.
Brain shut off,
Yeah.
exactly. But I think the only time my brain does not function all the time.
At a million
all
miles
the
an hour.
tabs open. So I'm out there and all of our, our basil, I know, the basil that he planted
Mm-hmm.
or that we planted, has bugs are eating it.
Yeah.
Like
that
all
happens.
the leaves. We have them eating one of our squash plants.
Bugs.
Bugs, something.
There's sprays and stuff you can get, but I had bunny problems when I had a garden.
Well, I have a bunny problem, but not that bunny problem. So, I was watering the front grass last night, and we have bunnies. I have been, unfortunately...
Yeah, remember the baby bunnies?
Bunnies come to me, and they shouldn't. Bunnies, there should be something
did you do?
in the bunny...
What did you do?
in the bunny world, I should, I am... What's the guy from Peter Cottontail, the gardener guy?
That bops him on the head?
I am...
No. Don't.
It happens. I don't understand.
Okay, what do you mean?
So, last year, before we redid the bed in the front, all the bunnies used to nest there. So now the bunnies don't nest there. The year before, they were nesting in my railroad ties.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, we moved them in the back.
So we moved
yeah.
them in the back. I was watering the grass last night, and there was something in the grass, and it moved. And I was like, I don't know what that is. And I wasn't getting close enough to see what it was. I just keep watering.
Did you drown it?
I don't.
What is wrong with you? First of all, you're telling people now, the general public, that you drowned your bunnies in your yard.
No, I didn't. No, I don't think I actually drowned it.
Now you're backpedaling.
No, I don't think I drowned it. But
Was it a baby?
It was something small. So I was like, oh, maybe.
Something small.
It was something, I was like, maybe it's I didn't think it was a bunny until this morning when I was.
Maybe it was a rat.
It might, like, the amount of stuff that comes through my yard. Like, I don't know. So I was like, oh, maybe it is a mouse. It was small. I want to say it was very small. And so I went this morning. I'm literally at my desk trying to get ready to come in for here. And I'm like, that might have been a bunny. Oops. Like,
is it in the yard?
I'm not going to go look.
All right. We're done with this conversation before you get arrested by animal control. Can animal control do a citizen's arrest on you?
It's a wild animal. No. But I will say, so last weekend, we took down a fence in between my yard and our neighbor's yard. And we redid the entire, there's this beautiful like tree line that I didn't know existed in between.
I noticed that because remember I asked you about the bench?
Yes.
And I was like, did you guys put that in? It looks really great once you cleared it out and got rid of the fence.
We cleared it out and we did all of that. However, my neighbor, who now that the fence is gone, has decided that they now like want to come and talk to me every time I'm in my yard. Not. And I'm like, oh, I don't really. Anyway, so I'm
absolutely not.
I'm like taking the pickets out of the fence, and I'm like, it's in. So like their yard's open, my yard's got the fence, and I'm like in between.
Yeah, the little space.
Their yard and like my yard, and I hear this noise, and I turn around, and my neighbor is putting corn out for squirrels. She's putting peanuts out for squirrels and chipmunks, and filling all of her bird feeders. On that note, about our neighbor.
I mean, we solved a mystery, so
right.
Now we know.
Now we know.
You had to take the fence down.
We take the fence down. Now all the animals are coming through.
I love it.
We'll see what we have this summer.
Don't kill anymore, please.
I won't. I don't do it on purpose. All right, guys. We'll see you next week.
Bye.